Yes, I will go live. Hey, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I had to restart. I had to get everything working. You have no idea what I go through just to make sure I'm right on time. But I'm a few minutes late today. And I didn't insult your intelligence today. So you should be glad because I didn't give you a clickbait title. I just gave it to you straight. You're going to get the crypto crash, which you might have heard about, and an election recap. So thanks for joining me if you did last night for the long stream following the election. We have like things to catch up on. Oh, I need to make sure I'm live over here. We have things to catch up on. I made bets on the election. How did they do? Not all of them went well. You were there with me if you were tuned in live last night when I was doubling down on Oz over Fetterman because, I wasn't correct. I wasn't totally correct. And it pains me to admit that, but it pains me even more just to not be correct. I wasn't correct. I didn't win all my bets, but I think I'm still going to win some of them. And it sounds like things, once they finish counting in Arizona, may be better for Republicans than Republicans had realized. And I might still make a bet with you on this stream. If you want to talk me into it, I will. On the Republican in Arizona, who I already have money on. But I could put more. I could be talked into it. So I'll show you that. But it looks like Kari Lake is going to win in Arizona. That's one of the bets I made. And it looks like maybe the Republican will win for Senate there too, but it's not for sure. Blake Masters, it's taking them forever to count, which, people think they're up to shenanigans. People do. People are saying, a lot of people are saying it's rigged, and that's why the Republicans didn't do better. But other people are saying the reason Republicans didn't do well is because of Donald Trump. So I have to cover that news for you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Yeah, crypto is down. Okay. Crypto is way down. And I've been a cryptocurrency show, and I'm still into cryptocurrency. And even though crypto is going down, I still like it a lot. In fact, I like it even better at this price. So I'm not going to tell you anything bad about crypto, except that it's crashing because of a sneaky bank. It's because of a bank. And I don't really care that much about banks, but I guess, users' funds get caught up in all this. And it's a big one, FTX. They ran Super Bowl ads and stuff. Sam Bankman-Fried, he's like the biggest Democrat donor this election cycle, donated like $50 million, and it turns out he's kind of a scammer. That's what it seems like, at least. So crypto is full of scammers, but you know what? The financial industry is full of scammers. So it's safer if you know what you're doing, to handle things on your own. But on the other hand, most people don't know what they're doing. So it's a pickle. Most people can't handle the money. Most people, if you gave them the money, they'd lose it. Or they had invested in something stupid like, what was it called that I bought? One of the dumbest was Let's Go Brandon coin, LGB coin. Yeah, I invested in that and it went to zero. So I know about making stupid decisions. If I had too much money, yeah, I'd probably invested in things that weren't the brightest. But overall, I've been good, mostly due to cryptocurrency, mostly because I was into it a long time ago. But still, now it is down. So I'll tell you the story about it. So you're up on it. Let me run a poll first, real quick. Thanks for tuning in. I'll have to go to a more clickbaity title next time. So when you see the title and you think it's clickbait, don't get mad at me. I just do that because I like getting people to tune in. Sometimes people just don't know what it takes to get people tuned in. So I'm going to run a poll. Start a poll. Do you own crypto? Yes, no. I just ran a poll. I didn't even add a question mark to it. You want to see charts? Is that what will help you out the most? Seeing how much stuff has gone down? I mean, Bitcoin is down. Ethereum is down right now over the last 24 hours, 13%. But Solana, which I was an investor in Solana, yeah, and I still have some, but I sold some. And I'm probably going to buy some again, cheaper. Solana's down 38% right now for the last 24 hours. Bitcoin is down only right now because it's up a little bit from where it was. Bitcoin is only down. Hold on, it's loading for me. I have it over on my trader screen over here to the right. What are you guys doing? You think it's going to go down? Or do you think it's going to go up? You think it's still going to go down? Because that's what people are saying in my Discord. People are saying, oh my God, it's like the end. But I feel like when everybody's saying it's the end, then that's the best time to get in. So I bought some Ethereum today for a little more than what it's trading for right now. But that's okay because I have more Ethereum. I'm happy about it. I will buy more if the price goes down further, but it'd have to get down significantly. Ethereum's at 1150 right now, 1147, and it's 5:16 p.m. Pacific time, 8:16 Eastern time. Remember when you used to have to call a phone number to know what time it was? Is anybody old enough to remember that? I remember. The times changed over the weekend, but nobody has to worry about it anymore because your phone changes automatically. I panicked when I woke up. I saw my phone. I didn't know the time had changed. I just thought that I'd had that I just felt more rested than usual for the time it was, than the time of my kitchen clock. But it used to be, if you wanted to know the official time, you had to call a phone number and they would read out the time. It would just read the time over and over. Nico's cool vid says you're buying slow, thinking it might go down more. Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm saving some money just in case it goes down further, but it might not. I mean, it's already so cheap, relatively speaking. It looks like the chat is about 50-50. Well, it's definitely not a bad time to start getting involved on the safest platform you can think of. What's the secret we learned? So this guy, what can you say about Sam Bankman-Fried? He is a Jewish American, I believe, if that matters. He ran a big crypto company that was basically trying to take over the world, it seemed like. Apparently offered Elon Musk billions of dollars to join in his acquisition of Twitter, was just involved in trying to buy everything, invested all this money in politics. And now apparently, due to just some investigative reporting, which I'll show you, is going out of business, going straight out of business. So, and I don't feel bad for him. And I don't care either because crypto, it doesn't matter about banks. So you can use crypto without banks and you can trade it without banks, without centralized exchanges. So when something like this happens, for me, Doesn't change what's in my wallets and stuff. So, yeah, Bitcoin and Ethereum will come back. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they're going to be around forever. So, yeah, if you want to get some, Spaldo says put it all on the line. Yeah, I don't know about putting all of it. It's always good to have a little extra cash for just in case stuff really hits the fan. But people are talking about stuff hitting the fan. I have to tell you. People are talking about stuff hitting the fan. The stock market was down a bunch today. So we are in these kind of end times. The election thing happened. Republicans didn't do as well as people expected. They did like horribly. That's why I was stunned last night. So that might have some effect on things. Inflation numbers come out tomorrow. And they say if inflation's bad, then the stock market is going to have a meltdown. So I think that inflation is not bad anymore compared to how it was. I don't know if it's increasing as fast as it was because of energy prices and stuff. Gas prices coming down and stuff. And also supply chain stuff getting worked out. So we'll see if the numbers, like if inflation numbers came out and they were actually lower than what they expect, then you could see a huge rally in stocks and Bitcoin and stuff. So yeah, if you don't have Bitcoin yet, you should get into it. If you're interested in consulting for Bitcoin, I can do that. I've done that professionally. I'm pretty good at it. I used to have a job doing it for somebody else. So if you need any help with cryptocurrency and you want to schedule a consultation, you can go to bitcoinmissionary.com and schedule a consultation with me. I'll have to make sure to be checking my calendar though. So I'm not used to getting those, but if you're interested in getting into crypto, it is cheap. If you haven't gotten in before, I mean, you can get it's so easy to get one Ethereum now, relatively speaking, for $1,144. Ethereum was like almost $5,000. Bitcoin is at 16,000. It was just around 21,000. It hasn't been this low, but it could go lower. But if it's for the long term, I don't know. I'd say you want to get some. So yeah, if anybody's interested, you can go to bitcoinmissionary.com. You can sign up with me. Thanks on Rockfin. Thanks, Vogan Filter. Good talking to you on the phone yesterday too. Thanks for the tip on Rockfin. I appreciate it. And if you want a tip if you're watching the show right now, or if you're listening to it, you can tip by going to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil and leaving a coffee and then leaving a note. And then I read those during the show. So do that and I'll read the coffees. And sometimes it inspires me to do extra if I can get a few. Like it'd be cool to get like 3 coffees if I could during this show. And then sometimes I do extra. So no promises though. All right, you ready for the show to start? I already took down the banner. Let me see. Okay, cue musical intro. Boy, that's brilliant. I do think some things in the world are real. Like you guys. You guys are real. Most of you. Most of my listeners, I think, are not just in my head. I think I have the metrics to prove it. You've taken a leap of faith today. What is that sound? And I apologize if you take offense. I'm a little offended myself. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the future. What it is, joining you live from sunny California. It's a beautiful day today. I'm your host, Nathan Stoltman. I bring you the news, the real news. Yes, the real news, and sometimes news about cryptocurrency too, and politics. So, you guys want to see the latest that's going on with politics as far as the election goes? So, I bet on, okay, so I have to take accountability and have a recap. Just like it says in the title, we're doing a recap of the election. So, the recap is I expected it to go really well for Republicans. In fact, I thought probably the polls would be wrong and that Republicans would really overperform. So I even bet on a race that wasn't supposed to be close in Washington state as a long shot because I saw one poll that showed that race close. So I bet on that race, which definitely didn't pay off. I bet on Oz because because just generally I really thought the brain damage was going to be a problem for voters when they got to the voting booth, but apparently not, assuming there were no shenanigans. And some people are talking about shenanigans, but assuming there were no shenanigans, then I just have to assume that Oz was really, 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 really not a great candidate. And I guess I shouldn't get excited about people that aren't great candidates because I knew he wasn't a great candidate. Even people on the right don't really like Dr. Oz. But I just thought that since he was running against somebody with such a severe disability, that people couldn't possibly vote for him. But I was proven wrong. He got over 50% of the vote. John Fetterman. Can't believe it. I feel like I really got wronged there. So that didn't go right. And I did double down on it. But on the other hand, I also bet on Kari Lake in Arizona. And the votes are coming in so slow from Arizona that but people are saying, like, actually, if we want to go, actually, we were talking about the odds for what was going on. So it looks like Republicans are going to win the House. That's what it looks like now. It looks like Republicans are going to win the House. The Senate is really up in the air, and part of it depends on what happens in the Arizona Senate race, which people on Twitter are saying, in fact, the candidate himself in Arizona says that he's confident he's going to win. So I feel like, wow, okay, if he's confident he's going to win, I should probably bet on that if he's being serious. Hold on, let me show you that. So right now he's definitely not ahead he's not ahead, but there's a lot of votes that still have to be counted. So, okay, let me see. And this is Mark Kelly, the fake astronaut, who's married to Kathy or not Kathy Gifford. I can't remember her name. Gifford, the one who got shot, who some people say is faking it. Those two, that guy, Mark Kelly, is the Democrat, and he's in the incumbent senator, and he's running against Masters. So Blake Masters. So I'll show you the votes right now. Right now, Mark Kelly is ahead, but it looks like there's still 33, there's still 1/3 of the vote left to go. So right now, Mark Kelly's ahead. This is the race for governor. You see the race for governor, they're separated by 8,000 votes right now. But people say that based on the votes that are still going to come in, that Kari Lake is going to definitely win. And then with the Senate, Mark Kelly against Blake Masters, there's a more significant vote differential, but Blake Masters and others are basically saying they're going to win in Arizona. So I'll show you that. just so you see it. So then you have to think, oh, well, you can still get 4-1 odds that he's not going to win. I mean, if you bet on him, if he really knows what's happening, because it is crazy that they can't count their votes. It shows you that things in Florida make sense because they count the votes right away and they don't have a problem with the election. In Arizona, I mean, it doesn't seem normal. I don't know why we're still waiting. The votes came in everywhere else for the most part, but we're still waiting on votes coming out of Arizona. And Blake Masters says, with the remaining ballots outstanding, we will win, it says. But according to predicted.org, he doesn't have it's 20 cents to bet on him to win $1. So it pays off. But I think that's 4-1. Because you win 80 cents. You don't win $1, you win 80 cents. So let me show you guys that. I don't know what to do. I don't know. It would only be $20 to win 100 or to get back 100. $20 to win $80, which is pretty, which seems appealing, especially since he says they're going to win. But right now, let me see. I'll show you. Right now, people are predicting that the GOP is going to get 50 seats and that the Senate will remain in Democrat hands. But let me show you the map for how that breaks down. It could be that Republicans still get to 51 seats because people think it's going to be 50 because they think that Arizona right here, which is dark blue, is going to go for Mark Kelly, which, I mean, based on the betting odds, it's almost a lock, 84 cents to go for Mark Kelly. So, and then in Nevada, the Democrat is also favored. So this Senate election is still really up in the air. Basically, Republicans have to win Nevada, and then they could win Arizona, and then Georgia is going to a runoff. So what's left in play? There are 3 states left in play: Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia. Those are the 3 states left. And all of them could still go Republican, in which case you would get to 52 Republican seats in the Senate if all of those go Republican. So they're going to do a runoff in Georgia. That's going to, I'm sure there's going to be a ton of money spent there. Let's check what's going on in Arizona, in Nevada. So Nevada, a Republican is currently leading the count. So the Republican is in the lead in Nevada. And still, for some reason, the Democrat is favored as far as the betting odds go, but barely, just barely. It's almost a coin flip. So right now, the Republican is winning, Lex Holt, over Cortez Masto by about 20,000, 23,000 votes. So he's ahead and has a little bit of a margin, over 2 percentage points. And so Nevada can still go for the Republicans. Arizona, at least according to the candidate, could still go for Republicans. Interesting. I don't know. I might want to take that bet. Seems risky, But he is saying that. But that candidates say that, right? So that's the only thing. Candidates they kind of have to say that stuff. So I can't necessarily put stock in it. But somebody else is saying the same thing, saying that Republicans really won in Arizona. Charlie Kirk is in Arizona, and he's saying that Republicans won. So, but I don't know when we're supposed to find out. They're saying that based on the votes that are remaining to come in, which they know about where the votes are from and stuff. It seems just absurd to wait this long. I mean, it's really crazy. So yeah, I was wrong about Oz. I was wrong about the polls. Apparently, I thought the polls would be wrong, which meant that like Oz would win and Blake Masters would easily win in Arizona. But I was wrong. I was wrong. It seems like the takeaway, I think, is that abortion played a much bigger part than would be ideal for Republicans to do really well. So when people came out of the polls, they mentioned that the economy and abortion were their top issues. So because of that, and Democrats do better on abortion. And then in California, we had abortion on the ticket, and it was for a constitutional amendment. And now basically in California, there's a constitutional amendment to get up to a full-term abortion, pretty much. I mean, no restrictions at all, constitutionally guaranteed. I'm not sure. I mean, so these are the things that happened in California. California, they legalized, or now we have the constitutional right to abortion with no restrictions. And also you can't get flavored nicotine products. So voters in California just like to ban things. So they want to ban flavored nicotine products and legalize full-term abortion. So that's California. So that's not the way I voted for those. So it's just ridiculous. I'll be getting my vaping product maybe from out of state, bootlegged, and they'll miss out on the sales tax and everything. Prohibition doesn't work. But that's what they do. That's what they do in California. So we'll see how long we stay in this state. It is ridiculous. We have the constitutional guarantee to abortion with no restrictions, and we have amnesty for anybody who does child gender services. We're a sanctuary state for child gender health services, where anybody can do anything to kids and probably can't get in trouble for it and can't be stopped. So yeah, I'm looking for whatever candidates are against that stuff. So people are blaming white people in the case of the election in Georgia. At least Bishop Talbert Swan is saying the reason that Stacey Abrams lost was because of white people. So that's cool. But Brian Kemp won. Basically, everybody's saying, and I think I showed the headline in my thumbnail, everybody's saying it was a big night for DeSantis and a terrible night for Trump. And people are saying Trump shouldn't even run. Some people are saying Trump shouldn't even announce that he's going to run anymore, and even saying that he should throw his support behind DeSantis and just move on. So that's where some people are at. I'll show you the various polls about it. People saying they prefer DeSantis to Trump. That's like the trend now. So I already don't like Trump personally. So I'm okay with this. But yeah, what ended up happening is Trump picked a bunch of candidates that didn't do that great, including Herschel Walker and Dr. Oz. And people are basically blaming him. And then he also showed up to rally with Dr. Oz right before the election. And then also he made a big deal about how he was going to run. And that might have gotten Democrats all excited and feeling like they had to vote. So lots of people blaming Trump. So this is a poll from Paul Joseph Watson between Trump and DeSantis that shows DeSantis 2-1. And then they're just saying, I show you. Here's a Fox LA poll between DeSantis and Trump. I'll show you that. And then you saw the New York Post. The New York Post ran with like the headline about DeSantis. So here's another poll. Who do you see as the future of the party? 73% DeSantis, 16.5% Trump. And also the odds of being the next president are now the odds on favorite is DeSantis to be the next president, actually, where it was Trump and Biden. Now it's DeSantis. So, which I think is the correct, way for things to go. I think DeSantis has a chance of rallying more support than Donald Trump, who it turns out just isn't that popular. Like, people really genuinely don't like him. They just genuinely don't like him. But DeSantis is now favored to be the presidential nominee, 41-35, and he's favored to be the 2024 election winner over Donald Trump now, 31-29. So people like him. They say he ran a good race in Florida. He won big in Florida. People in Florida like him, and that's kind of like, it used to be a purple state. So, and then that other guy did well in Georgia, Kemp, who basically was anti-Trump, and he still won. So it seems like Trump is kind of being, which I think is the correct thing to do. But, and DeSantis is he's younger, there's a lot of reasons, but for one reason, he's a lot younger and he just doesn't come with nearly as much baggage. So do you guys think I should bet on the Republican to win in Arizona? I don't know if I can take his word for it, but I have another tweet from Charlie Kirk, who says Arizona bucked the national trend. What happened in this state last night was very special. So, and then there's just a bunch of people. Here's somebody tweeting out, a GOP source tells me, quote, if it wasn't clear before, it should be now. We have a Trump problem, unquote. And then there's stories about Donald Trump raging last night. That's being reported by Jim Acosta, that Donald Trump was freaking out. Who knows if that's true or not? He's saying it's not true. But Jim Acosta reported that Trump was livid, screaming at everyone. And this advisor said they were bad candidates and that Trump picked bad candidates. So that's the narrative going around. I don't blame people, though. I think Trump is a difficult candidate. He's difficult to get people to like. But so in the horse race, though, there's still a chance Republicans can win. There's still a chance because right now they could win in Nevada and they could win in Arizona. So I think I need to tune in. Like, I almost need to hear some analysis of it to hear what people are saying about what kind of votes are left to be counted. So it looks like, I don't know. I guess they said it was going to be a couple days. They said it might be a week. So we're still, it's already the next day. It's been like 24 hours. And we still don't know who won in Nevada or Arizona. And I guess we probably won't know by the end of the day tonight either. So that's the latest with the election. It looks like Republicans can still win the Senate. I'm not going to make any predictions, though, because I just don't know. But Republicans can still win the Senate. They definitely can win in Nevada. They might be able to win in Arizona based on what they're saying. And then Georgia is going to a runoff. So that's where we're at. Yeah, I'm looking. I'll have to decide. I don't know. I'm a little gun shy after losing money on Oz yesterday. It just didn't go the way people expected it to. It should have gone more Republican. That's all. Considering the backdrop, it should have gone more Republican. So Republicans need to be introspective about the reasons it didn't go more Republican. And some people just want to say, oh, it was rigged. But I find that to be like when people say that, oh, it was rigged, then they don't take any accountability for having a bad candidate, which is like the case when Trump lost to Biden. People all say it was rigged, but Trump, that it just, because everybody said it was rigged, nobody ever thought, oh, but Trump also wasn't that good. He still lost to Biden, or whatever the cheating was. He wasn't able to overcome it. He overcame it against Hillary. He was a better candidate than Hillary Clinton, but he maybe wasn't a better candidate than Joe Biden for most people. Maybe. But people are learning that he's just not that popular. Like, people really don't like him. So, and he inspires Democrats to vote too. That's the problem. Like, he makes people want to vote against him. So, yeah, I hope he totally goes away. That would be my thoughts. And that is what people are saying. So, TGA says we're a Mercury retrograde, and it probably threw off the effects of the blood red moon. Yeah, probably. All right, so the crypto crash, you guys know about it. Basically, I don't know how to explain it to you. Basically, a bank failed, or is failing, a major bank called FTX, which ran ads during the Super Bowl, who Tom Brady did an ad for, Larry David did an ad for. They have a stadium named after him. The guy that runs the place, Sam Bankman-Fried, was all over the place, all over Congress, lobbying Congress. And now it turns out they were maybe using customer funds in a way that they weren't supposed to be. So they were already looking bad. And then Binance said they were going to buy FTX. Binance is a bigger exchange. They said they were going to buy them, but then they backed out and said they're not going to buy them because their balance sheets look no good. And now they're admitting they have an $8 billion hole in their balance sheet. That's what's being reported, is that they have an $8 billion hole at least that they're trying to get filled up. But it sounds like the other bank failures, that people who have their money still on FTX, it's probably gone forever. So that might mean more fallout with other crypto companies. Damn, my camera's really not working, huh? Maybe I just need to get more memory. Sorry, my camera's not working better. It's embarrassing. It looks a little better, right, than the other one did. It just doesn't keep up. But it was all of this whole crypto crash. It all started with one article on CoinDesk that was looking into the finances of one of these companies Sam Bankman-Fried is associated with, Alameda. Found something fishy. Somebody else saw it, saw the article, decided to start dumping this token. And yeah, it's complicated, but it's basically just a bank failure, and it might cascade into other kinds of failures too. There might be some kind of contagion. That it seemed like it also spilled over into stocks. So stocks were down too. Gold was down. Everything was down today. So, but I think long term that gold silver, cryptocurrency are going to be good, I think, in the long term. So it's temporary volatility basically because of this bank failure. But over the long term, nothing really changed fundamentally about how cryptocurrency works and what it does. And you can still hold it yourself safely and own it and trade it even without dealing with any centralized platforms. So I still feel in the long run it's good, but in the short run, it looks like things could continue to go down. Things could continue to go down from here. So if you want to be safe, you could, or if you can't stand to see your balances go down, then you could sell, I guess. But eventually it's probably going to go higher. It's just a matter of time. So big deal though. I guess it could get a lot worse. I guess I should warn you, it could get a lot worse. So I think I'm going to be okay, but it has been really bad over the last few days. So if you never got crypto before, then you're in good shape. All right. What else do I have to tell you? So I gave you the update on the election. I don't know if I'm going to bet on that guy in Arizona. Gave you the update on the election, but also I got verified on Twitter today. So Twitter verification came out and I signed up for it and got verified. And it's they don't ask for anything. So I talked a lot about on the show about how it would be a new digital ID thing and how it looked like there was some way they were going to try to verify who you were and make you use your name and your actual name and stuff. Like all that stuff I said that they were probably going to do to give you a verified badge. They don't do any of it. So I'm verified as Lift the Veil, but I didn't have to provide anything to do that. So it's ridiculous, pretty much. I mean, it doesn't verify anything. So it just costs $8. So it's, I'm not saying it'd be better if they took your identity, but it doesn't mean anything to be verified because I'm just Lift the Veil. They don't know who I am, but now I'm verified as Lift the Veil. So now I'm Lift the Veil verified on Twitter, but nobody confirmed that I was. They could say, oh, give me access to your YouTube account or Twitter or something else that's Lift the Veil. Like I have a Substack, right? They could say, oh, you're the guy with this Substack. But no, nothing to confirm who I am. I just get a check mark. So it does make me want to turn into a parody account. It makes me have that feeling like, oh, I'd like to impersonate somebody now, because anybody could impersonate me now. And then who am I to say that I'm Lift the Veil and they're not? I don't even know. I mean, I am. I have things that are branded that way. There is no other Lift the Veil, but somebody could say they were, and I don't know what recourse I would have to stop people from saying that. So it does seem kind of ridiculous. TJ says, so if I open a Lift the Veil Twitter, I can't get verified because you are? Well, that's why I don't know. You might be able to. Man, my camera's not working. I might have to turn it off. Might just show you guys a chart because I don't like looking at myself looking so stupid. I got to figure out how all this technology stuff works better. I don't know how people do it so they look perfect all the time. Now it's working okay. So yeah, it's dumb. The Twitter verification is dumb, but it's not a digital ID. And we'll see exactly how it works. I haven't noticed any differences yet in terms of functionality, in terms of where I show up. There are more people on there who are verified now. So I'll have to let you guys know, but it doesn't verify, it doesn't verify anything. So that to me means that it's not useful as a tool. It's not useful as a way to identify somebody. All right, I got to sign off. Let me see how my buy me a coffee is. I need to have my camera work better for the next show. So I'll figure out how to do that. I restarted the computer. Usually that helps. Thanks, Down at Vices says, I just do not trust the election process. There's always something sketchy. Love your show. Still the best on the net. Thanks for that, Down at Vices. I appreciate it. It is the best, but it would be better if it worked properly. It would be better if it worked properly. So I'll work on that. Thanks, Down at Vices. Yes, I think elections are less rigged than they say. That's my opinion, which is, controversial. You have to be an election denier. But I think generally elections are pretty fair, generally speaking. And that people lose sometimes because they're not good candidates, because people decided not to vote for them, etc. And people rarely lose because of cheating, but sometimes it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but people who are overly skeptical of elections miss out on things that could actually influence the elections, like having better candidates and stuff, and influencing people more, better, doing better debates, being better, having a better message, etc. So, all right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Sorry about the technical glitches. I'll try to get them worked out. And I will see you at the next one. Okay? So for now, that's what it is.